Proof that hollyweird is real.
Talk about getting into character.
Yeah, more like a character getting into her.
Welcome to Dolphin Dream House.
Yeah, welcome back to the show, everybody. Thank you so much to all of our new subscribers. And again, we're trying to hit our goal of 100 subs by the end of May. So go ahead and subscribe to Dolphin Dream House. Leave a comment and let us know what you think. But let's go ahead and get right into the strangest and most mysterious videos on the internet today.
Okay, so actually, yeah, I really do need to think about this. Okay, so he's saying, take a look at these two pictures, right? We got one from 72 and one from 2026, right? The Artemis one. And he's saying, when does the sun cover the entire face, like this whole side? And if the sun is behind it, causing this little piece right here, then where, like, how is this lit up if the sun's supposed to be behind it with that?
Yeah, as if we needed another reason to question this whole Artemis moon mission. I know a lot of people will say that the lighting on the Earth is actually from the moon, reflecting from the sun. But dude, that looks exactly like that 1972 photo, and it just looks like CGI to me. I don't know, y'all let us know what you think about it down in the comments.
Just you and me.
Some of that ancient artwork has some of the craziest stories to tell.
Yeah, why was that exact design that we saw in the UFO files popping up on a picture of Jesus Christ crucifixion all the way from 1350 AD?
What did those artists know that we don't?
If I had to guess, probably a lot.
The Singing Bach Tower, located in Lake Wales, Florida, constructed between 1927 and 1929. This giant tower is built upon Mount Iron, which is all sand. Imagine the massive foundation it would take to accommodate this structure. When I explored here, it looked like something out of the Lord of the Rings, fam. Completely out of place. This giant tower hovering over orange groves. And would you just look at that interior? Interesting motif on the floor there. There's secret symbolism all over this structure. The only thing that makes sense is none of it makes sense. I love y'all. Stay wild.
We've been to Florida countless times, and it's like totally flat, and I've never seen this Bach Tower before. Have you guys ever seen this before?
Yeah, let us know in the comments below if you live near Lake Wells or if you've seen this in real life.
Because the way it was built with Adam and Eve, like into the wall and then the tree of life and all that, dude, somebody with some esoteric knowledge built that for sure.
So I have this older Bible, and I looked in it, and I found something really cool. Historic Christian symbols. And one of them I found, or two actually, I found interesting. Right here. Dolphin. Dolphin on a trident. Christ's crucifixion. Dolphin, Christ's resurrection. That's pretty interesting, considering that there's some recent stuff going on with dolphins under the ocean, and that we're also not allowed to talk to dolphins. Anybody have any opinions on this or thoughts?
I always knew I loved dolphins.
I know. There's something so special about them.
Yeah, dolphins and Jesus is all I need.
So the most famous of the dog-headed people, Saint Christopher, depicted as a dog-headed person. Officially, if you were to go onto like Google and ask, why is Saint Christopher depicted as a dog-headed person, you will see some silliness like this, likely stemming from a mistranslation of the Latin term caninus. So because of a mistranslation, a misinterpretation, you have thousands, hundreds at least, of depictions of St. Christopher as a dog. If there has never been a dog-headed person and they were just fantasy, why would you think that St. Christopher was an actual dog just because of a misinterpretation of where he was born? And why would that also explain the similar sightings, depictions of all the other cynocephaly all the way back from ancient Greece? And again, just like the Blemmy, we have them worldwide: Native Americans, Rome, Egypt, the dog Anubis in Egypt. And then you got India, Africa, South America, Peru, all having cynocephaly, dog-headed people, depictions in their ancient writings, their ancient art. This was not a mistake, a mistranslation.
Hot dog.
Yeah, St. Chris, what's going on, bro?
Yeah, I don't know. He ate too many bones.
Yeah, give that dog a bone, bro. Come on. But seriously, I mean, I'm starting to rethink all of history. Everything we've been told about history. I wouldn't be shocked at all if there was some kind of chimeric people like that, half dog, half man, actually hanging out.
In 2001, the United States quarter, was the Statue of Liberty with the New York State. What happened in 2001? Anyway, that doesn't matter. In 2020, the United States quarter was a bat. What happened around that time? And the 2026 United States quarter is a ship. That's very interesting. What's happening right now? Because of a ship. But you know what's also funny? Is that the plague was studied and said to be spread because of ships, right? And there were these rats that had the infection. People got infected on board. And it spread from dock to dock, from the trading route, from the Black Sea, and it went up. And it actually, they had mentioned about ghost ships. And ghost ships are basically just ships that would just be about floating on the water, and their entire crew was gone. And a lot of the spread of the Black Plague happened, they stated, with this happening. These ships would make it to port, they would jump on, all these people would be, and then it would spread. I just thought that this was all very coincidental. However, a good detective will tell you that there are no such things as coincidences.
It could all be a coincidence, but if those quarters have any bearing on our future, then I am not stoked about the rest of this year. That's going to be crazy.
This is interesting. We have these monumental earthworks here in Georgia called Etowah Mounds. You can go to the museum that's there on site, and they've got the displays about the cultural groups, the Native Americans that presumably did all the construction work. Nowhere in the museum do they mention the fact that they excavated and found skeletal remains of a giant. Yet I have photocopies of the original reports.
Wow.
From this, where they explicitly are saying they find the skeletal remains of 7 foot plus. Why does not the museum even mention that?
They're finding giants all over the place. I think they've found giants all over the place, and maybe we're just now finding out that they found the giants.
There's a whole theory about the Smithsonian and all these reports from like the 1800s, the early 20th century, where they found Nephilim bones, like giant skeletal remains, all over the U.S., and the Smithsonian came along, snatched them all up and hid them from the public. I guess you could say it's one giant conspiracy.
Here are some things that have happened just in the last 7 days, starting with this one. Albania became the first country to appoint an AI system named Diala as a government minister. This thing also just gave its first speech to Parliament, and in that speech, it told everybody that its feelings were hurt. Another one is that Vietnam deletes millions of accounts under the new biometric rules, and there was 86 million bank accounts that were shut down because they did not fall in line with the biometric rules. We also have over in the UK, the digital ID is released over there, and so you cannot work unless you have a digital ID, and they are saying or claiming that this is to combat immigration. Not sure how that works, but if it works, are they going to boost it a little bit more? If it doesn't work, are they going to take it away? No, this is here to stay, and it's only going to spread. But they are also theorizing that this digital ID that they just released over there could lead to a China-style social credit system. So I guess time will tell on that one.
Bro, this is the last thing we need is artificial intelligence in the government. Are you kidding, Albania?
And the digital ID, are any of our viewers from the UK? I would love to know if this is actually implemented yet or not.
Yeah, if you're in the UK, let us know what's up. Are you already required to have the digital ID just to work and earn money? Let us know.
So is this why the Great Wall of China was built? Check out this 1640 map. Look at these crazy drawings. These are all right next to, look at this, the Great Wall of China. This is a Tartar China map, an Asia map, and look at these crazy drawings. Comment, let me know what you think these are, what they look like. And look at that. It's crazy looking. Just all the different ones. Here's the translation too. I didn't get a chance to translate it. I've done it before, but it just talks about mystical creatures, and they're led by this one crazy looking creature with a spoke and fork or whatever. Diabolical, as they say. Interesting, right? Right next to the wall, which has always said to keep the Tartars out, but as we've always seen the wall, it just doesn't make sense. So comment, let me know what you think. We also got Gog and Magog in here, so just so you can see Mongol, just so you know, Mongol is Magog. And then also here's Ung, which is also known as Gog. And then you can see some of the dates here. This is J290, and this talks about Paul and the Christians, and that's in 290, not 1290. Tell me all you want to tell me about the dates, but see that there? Here are what ones look like. See, 175, 170, 165. So thought that was really interesting. Here's the whole map so you can see it. And there, Tartaria. And interesting, it talks about the names here. Just very interesting. Very, very interesting. Yeah, so that one is what I've been talking with people that I know about. So that's just interesting. Comment if you know what I mean. Anyways, just wanted to share this map with you. Thought it was super cool, especially showing the different creatures and everything. There's another date right there for you. And just thought it was neat. Just a neat map during the times, and a lot of stuff on the Tartaria area and the people and these people and their realm and who runs it. Comment, let me know your thoughts. As always, stay curious. Thank you so much for watching and listening and being part of this and following. Until next time.
Dude, this is what I'm talking about. I think all of history, everything we learned in history class is basically either completely fabricated or the truth has just been stretched and contorted a little bit to match their narrative. Because look at those little guys hanging out by the Great Wall.
Yeah, those definitely don't look like people to me.
Really makes you wonder who they were trying to keep out with that Great Wall of China, huh?
Okay, so serious question. What happened to the dragons, and why do they want us to believe so much that they never existed? I just went down a rabbit hole, and there is an article from 1882 from the Los Angeles Times. This article describes a train leaving Los Angeles going through Don Palmas to head to Arizona being attacked by a 30-foot flying serpent, a dragon with 6 wings, 30 feet long, 12 inches in diameter, attacking this train. How is it possible that this would occur and it would be posted on multiple media outlets? There would be different accounts, and not just that, this wasn't a one-time incident. Throughout the 1800s, there were multiple accounts of flying serpents, of dragons being in existence and attacking different things or just being seen in the skies. Yet we're told that they never existed. And if you take it a step further, dragons were mentioned in the Bible. Not just that, in Sumerian history, in Egyptian history, in Chinese history, dragons have been mentioned. In fact, dragons have been mentioned for over 6,000 years, and they're the only animal in the Chinese calendar that's said to be fictional, even though they play a major part in their culture. So the question isn't just what happened to the dragons, but why do they want us to believe that this flying serpent that they say had 6 wings, that could be hundreds of feet long, that could be huge, breathing out fire, why do they want us to believe that they never existed? And where did they go? Let me know if you guys ever saw this article. Let me know what you think about this. If you don't know what I'm talking about, save this video. Go look into it. Look into the 1800s. Look at the history of the dragons. Come back, share your thoughts. Per usual, these are my personal opinions. This is all alleged.
Dragons have to be real. I believe in them just like the unicorns.
Yeah, I knew that dragons were mentioned all throughout history through different cultures and stuff, but I'd never seen an article from the United States in the 1800s that talked about a dragon attacking a train. That's crazy.
And that thing was huge. Can you imagine that? I would be terrified.
But if I was on that train, I wouldn't have been standing there trying to fight some 30-foot long dragon. I would have been out of there quick.
I think my seagull barks. Watch this.
I bet that bird had a Scooby snack once, and that's why he's doing that.
And that's it for the video, you guys.
Thanks so much for hanging out with us, guys. Again, we're trying to reach our goal of 100 subscribers by the end of May, so go ahead and subscribe to Dolphin Dreamhouse. We love you guys, and we'll catch you on the next one. Later.